Hello everybody. Today I wanted to have a go at painting some roses. Those of you who've got lovely gardens, I'm sure you're desperate to paint the roses that are in them at the moment. For those of you who haven't, I've put some pictures underneath this video and you can print them out and paint from there. But what I'd like you to do is to spend some time actually looking at a rose so you understand how it's all put together and what you're actually choosing to paint. If you look at this one here, it's getting a weeny bit floppy, but you can see that within the rose itself there are layers and layers of petals, but the top of the petals are folding down, and that's where you can see the light. Can you see across here, so it's dark in there, and these are the foldings of the top of the petals going backwards like that, and that's what makes the lights and darks. So we can play with the colour quite freely, but as long as we have an idea of the light and dark, it gives the impression of petals as such. I'll just show you a very simple way of painting a rose, just so you can get the understanding of the basic form, and it's really up to you as to how complex you want to make the whole thing. Really, the centre of the rose is just a few little dots like this, because it's a tight ball of petals just waiting to unfurl. And as you get further away, you want to make these little marks with some white in them, just to suggest these petals starting to unfurl. The white, as we see them, sort of suggests the idea of the curled back top of each petal. Let's have a bit more water here. We can do something a little bit more wet on wet. Let's try this one. We'll wet our paper a little bit. Not too wet, just a little bit damp. We'll go again with this. Slightly darker, a bit wetter. A little more dark in the middle. Let's mix a nice sort of purpley colour. Wash them in a little bit. Spend some time just looking at the roses so you can get an idea of the form. Maybe that one could be a little bit longer here. Maybe that one we can take out this way a bit. Let's try a little bit of something with this. Try a little red one here. Tight middle. Pull it out a little bit as you go. A bit darker in the middle now. These two rather, I've done very loosely, just playing around a little bit to see how it works. I've tried with different colours on really quite rough paper, and you can get some really lovely effects, and the watercolour to a certain extent will do it for you. Let's just have a look and see if we can take a little bit out as well. So you can put some light marks in here as well by removing them with a damp brush. Some brush is obviously better than others, but it can give us some of those soft lines to play around with. So you can put those colours on and just remove them quite softly. Let's make this one a little bit droopier. So we don't want too much perfection, just this idea of that sort of rosy look. Yeah, and then you get the idea of this curling round. You can leave it a lot looser if you want to, and just let the watercolour do the work by merging it. As I said, it's lovely RA paper. It's very, very rough, and it does some really quite interesting things. This is a yellow one that I did earlier, and we're going to have a quick go on that. If I can show you, really don't worry too much about it. Play with the colours, let them merge, and then see how it settles. And then we certainly don't want that. See how it settles. And then you can adjust it as and when you need to. I think we'll start off with some very light, not that one, with some very light lemon yellow. Be careful with your lemon yellow. You need to keep it nice and clean, because as soon as it gets dirty, it turns to green, so don't get any blue in it. Then we're going to go straight on to a softer sort of cadmium colour, so it's a bit darker here. So you can be really, really quite loose with it, and we'll make it slightly peachier, so I'll put a little bit of red in the middle. Darker there. Put some of the lights in. And I think I might wait normally. We can try a little bit in the middle to make it run, but it's fairly dark there in the middle, so I'll pop a little bit in there, and then maybe some of the darks around here. And really let the watercolour do the job for you. Now with this one, what works really well is these outside petals that are simply cut in by putting the blue on, and we want quite a bright summer blue. You can see this is just bare paper, so let it settle a bit. We certainly want it to be dry, because you can see these hard edges. So if you have wet against dry, you have a hard edge. Wet against wet, soft edge. So let's take some of these highlights out as well as we go, and we'll speed up a bit, and then we'll have the rose fairly quickly.